Hey everyone, it's Rhonda with Girafico and PushPopContainers.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to do something really fun and cute with this for Christmas. You can do these for any time of year, like birthday cakes and things like that, but it's basically a little square cutout cake. We used our square push pop containers to cut these out, but look what we did. The top of this base is one of our square bases, the bottom is a round one, just for, you know, some cool dimension, and a stick. So you just need two bases and a stick that you get from our push pop containers. We're also going to have a kit that we're putting up on the website with just sticks and bases in it. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to do this.
Okay, everybody, now in this first step of the project that we're working on today, what we're going to use is a half sheet pan or a jelly roll pan. So it's pretty much the same thing, jelly roll pan, half sheet pan, same thing. And what we're going to do is you can either create two layers to have a full half sheet, but for this demonstration, we're just going to go ahead and cut this cake right down the center, and then we're going to flip it over after we fill it with a thin layer of filling. So here we go. And again, for this project that we're using the cake for today, we are using it with a thin layer of filling. And there's a reason for that, because you don't want this to be, you know, too sweet for one thing. And, you know, it just makes a little bit more stable of a cake for you. So we're just going to use some preserves here real quick. You can make your own filling, of course, but for demonstration purposes, we're going to go ahead and just use some preserves in here. And I think actually, you know, looking at these preserves, I would have rather used a little bit something different. I should have looked at what I was throwing on here. But this actually might be quite nice. It's a little bit more chunky of the preserves. I like a little bit thinner or not so many particulates in the filling when I'm working on a project like this, which is our the cake pops. Okay, so we've got this done. We're not going to mess with it anymore. So pretty much just like this. You can fill it with whatever you want to, but you will want to make sure that it's a thin filling. Okay. Now we're just going to flip this in half. That's good. Okay. Close enough to perfect. Okay, so now that we have this cut and flipped in half, this is always our recommendation. When you're cutting out your squares or circles, it's best to use just the tops of our push pop containers. So this is the square one that we're using, and you can just plunge it down in, right? And then you can use the top piece to plunge it back out. So you're getting that quick little cut, just like that. And so you just kind of go straight across with it. You might have to do a little twist, especially if you put the kind of preserves I just put in there. You really want to keep with more of a different type of a filling, but it will cut through. It's just kind of a pain in the butt if you're going through a high production with it. Okay, so got that one done. We're going to toss this one aside. And then here's our round push pop containers. Same thing. Just go ahead and cut it through. Voila, like so. This is exactly how we cut out just a bunch of layers at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on cutting, and then we're going to start putting our project together. Okay, so now I've got everything cut out here, and to save time, I'm going to show you something else here. I'm going to move this aside, right? This is what I do when I want to make quite a few things in advance. So I'll take my cake layers that I've cut out, and I'll put them in a Ziploc freezer bag, and I will freeze them. So these are a little bit thawed out, so they're very cold. They're not quite frozen all the way anymore. And so now what we're going to do, these are the square cutouts. Let me go ahead and pull one of these out. We're going to set this aside. And this is where it gets really fun. So you can see you want to get like any crumbs that are coming loose here, and you're just going to kind of tap them a little bit. You'll get really quick at this as you go along. This is the square-shaped base and stick. This is from our square-shaped push pop containers. So what you're going to do here, and you can use the round ones too. We'll do some videos on the round ones. These are going to be so cute. All right, so now you've got this in here. What's great about this, gang, is this is going to act as a mini turntable right in your hand, almost like a rose nail. And for those of you who do a lot of cake decorating, you know what a rose nail is. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some of our icing here. This is our professional cake decorators icing that I'm using, and this is on, well, I'll put a link at the end of this video for the Pro Cake Decorators icing too, in case you have not used it before. So get yourself a good little glob of this. It might be too much of a good glob, right? And then you're just going to go ahead and start putting it on, like so. Real easy. We're going to go back and fix this, so it can be kind of a mess at first. Just like icing a regular cake. Let me make sure that I've got this in the screen for you. There we go. That's better. Sorry if you couldn't see that. A little bit more. So, and then you'll just come around, get your glob on the top. Any imperfections that you have on this too, you're going to cover them up anyways. And you want to make it look like a little square cake. Still trying to stay in the screen here for you. And then if you get some on the bottom where the base is, just go ahead and scrape it off. I'm hoping you can see this. I know the lighting's kind of odd. Okay, so now we've got this iced, right? And what I love to do on a lot of my cakes, but especially on these, because of what they are, I'm going to get this a little bit. There, so now you've got basically your plain iced cake, right? Can you see that? Pretty good, I hope. Look at that. How fun is that? Just, I mean, it's just a regular turning nail. And you'll find that this goes quite a bit quicker if you're not talking into it at the same time trying to do a video. Let me get this camera back to where I want. All right, so now we've got this just like so. And what I'm going to do next is grab, let me reach over here and get this. This is some white chocolate. Okay? When you're messing with chocolate, white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, whatever kind of chocolate you're using, it's always best to melt it in a double boiler. And you never really want your water to hit the bottom of your bowl, because that's not a good idea. That would not be fun. The reason is because it will mess up the tempering on the chocolate. So now you're just going to pour this on the top and do a little spoon around and let it drip and look a little just fun. And you can mess with it as much as you want to, but if you're in high production, and those of you that stay in high production, you know what I'm talking about. You want to blaze through these pretty quick. So now you've got two options here. You can either put these in our paperboard stand, or you can put them on either the round stand or a square base stand that we have. And there you go. So this is standing like this. When you're putting sprinkles on chocolate, let me wipe my hands here real quick. When you're messing with any kind of sprinkles that you want to put on chocolate, you want the chocolate to cool down just a little bit. You don't want it so hot, because what will happen is the color from any of the sprinkles that you're using, they will definitely bleed into the chocolate and it won't look as pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some sprinkles real quick, and we will sprinkle them on top here. Okay, so this chocolate has dried just a little bit. You just want it to dry enough so that those sprinkles do not bleed into the chocolate. You can see this is pretty stable. I mean, I'm messing with this and it's in that little holder there. So that's a really cool deal. All right, so we've got that there. And then what you'll want to do is just take a couple of candy canes. I'm going to do it from my way. Get creative, guys. However you want to do this, of course. Yeah, I like them facing each other maybe. But just use your creativity. It doesn't have to be candy canes. It can be whatever you want. And then, let's see, let's do it this way. This is some green colored buttercream. And I just take, when I use a leaf tip, most of the time, I'll just take my parchment bag and I'll cut a little V-snip. And that will give me basically my own leaf tip without having to use a tip. I get a little bit lazy sometimes like that, but it's okay. And you can just put these wherever you want. I have some along away here. But we want to try and keep the elegance to it also. You can put either a green, this is one of those 60s candies. We have the green and red. You can also find some really pretty colors, like silver colors and black and just all kinds of stuff. And that's it. Very cute, festive, pretty stylish. I'll go ahead and pull this one. This one we put a little ribbon around, which really will doll these up. Isn't that great? Okay, and then you can also do them in, you know, a round shape. Also, I hope you enjoyed this video. We will be putting a kit together, which will have the sticks and the bases, and that'll be on shop.pushpopcontainers.com. I will put a link on this video directing you to the link to where you can just buy the sticks and bases if you don't want to buy the entire Push Pop container kit itself. So we will see you in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and many blessings to you and yours. We'll see you in the next video.
Shop.pushpopcontainers.com. Shop.pushpopcontainers.com. It's a push pop cakey wakey. You can make a push up cakey. Push pop containers from Duraco. Push pop containers from Duraco. Push pop containers from Duraco.